In this week's Parshas Yisro, the redemption of the Yidden from Mitzrayim finally comes to a close, as the ultimate reason why we were redeemed takes place on Har Sinai with the giving of the Torah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to Klal Yisrael through Moshe Rabbeinu and the Aseres HaDibros. And the Sifri, the Medrash, says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu first went to all the nations and asked them if they wanted to accept the Torah first. Before he offered it to Klal Yisrael, he went to the Bnei Esav, he went to the Bnei Ishmael, he went to all the nations of the world. And what did the nations say? Maksiv Bey. What does it say in the Torah? You want to give us a present? You want to give us something? You want to give us a book of laws? What does it say inside it? What is it written? And Hashem answered each one on their own to the hardest thing that they would have to do. To the Bnei Esav, he said, you shall not kill. To the Bnei Ishmael, he said, you shall not steal. To each one, he said the hardest thing for them to do. He said, no, Bnei Esav, we can't kill. That's our whole livelihood. That's all we do. Of course we're going to continue killing. We cannot accept the Torah. And so on and so forth. When he came to Klal Yisrael, they said, Nasa v'nishma. We will accept it, we will do it, and we will listen. It doesn't matter what it says inside. We will listen. Frekte Rebbe Rebunim, Reb Simcha Bunim Mipshischa, Amar Dikakasha. He says, why didn't Hashem do that to Yidden also? Why didn't Hashem give the Yidden the hardest thing that it would be for them to accept the Torah? Why did he just say, here's the Torah, do you want it or not? Says the Rebbe Rebunim something beautiful. He says that the hardest thing for a Yid, the hardest thing for a Jew, is to not ask questions. A Yid has to have questions. Jews always answer a question with a question. Why? Why not? Jews need to know everything. We need to be involved in everything. We have to have our hands in everywhere, in every industry, in every marketplace. That's who we are. We're Jews. We don't control the media. We don't control Hollywood, but they say we do. But we really love to be involved and be in the hack and be in the know. We love to be at ECAP and we love to be at ECOR and we love to be at the events and be involved and do business. Says the Rebbe Bunim that the answer is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did do that. He did give us the hardest thing. Why? He said, "V'hagbalta esa'am saviv." The Hagbolah, Shleishes mi Hagbolah, the 3 days of surrounding, of preparation around the Har Sinai, around the mountain, you weren't allowed to touch it. There was a boundary, there was a gavul, there was a Hagbolah. You weren't allowed to pass a certain point, you weren't allowed to ask questions. If you were touch the mountain, pen tamos mois yumas, you would die. And then each man had to abstain with relations from his wife. You couldn't go past a certain amount. That is the avodah of a Yid. The avodah of a Yid is to make hagbolos, make boundaries, make gedarim, make fences around what he is doing. Yes, we love to be involved. Yes, we love to come to ECAP and do business together. But we have to make gedarim. We have to make sure that we have minyanim and we do our learning and we abstain from relationships too much with women, not hugging, not shaking hands according to some. There's certain things that every single person must do on his own personal level to make hagbolos, to make hagdaras, and do what he needs to do in order to make sure that he accepts the Torah in his own way. And that is the answer to why Maksiv Bey. We don't care what it says in the Torah. We want to accept it. We love Hashem. We love the Torah. And the hardest thing for a Yid is to not ask questions and to not be involved. Yes, you're not allowed to ask questions, but you're allowed to ask to a certain degree, as long as you have gedarim, as long as you have fences, as long as you do what you have to do to make sure that the Torah stays in its original format. Torah Moshe Sinai. Have a beautiful Shabbos.